everybody, it's Ann Kaplan from Mom Me and Ann Kaplan Childbirth Services, and I'm continuing my theme for this week, which is mood week. So what to do when you're in a bad mood, what to do when your kids are in a bad mood, how to talk to your kids about your mood. And today what I'm going to talk about is this creepy phenomenon that has happened to me before, even before I had kids. Like, have you ever been like walking like through the mall or something like that, and you kind of catch your reflection in a window or something like that, but you don't recognize that it's you? And I don't know if this happened to you, but it's happened to me, where I see a reflection in the mirror or in the window, and my first thought is like, oh, that person does not look good today. And then I look closer and I'm like, oh crap, it's me. So that has happened to me before. It is not a good feeling, but what I didn't anticipate before I had kids was that I was going to have that feeling like all the time from my kids. So I want to talk today about the idea of your kids being a little bit of a reflection or a mirror in which you see a very unflattering reflection sometimes. And it kind of ties into this kind of question that I get a lot from clients of like, why are my kids fighting all the time? Why are my kids so impatient? Why is everybody so mean and selfish in my family and blah, blah, blah. The problem with that scenario is that oftentimes your kids are a reflection of you, but it doesn't feel good to hear someone tell you like your kids are being that way because you're that way and it's your fault. So that's not what this broadcast is about. I would never say that to my clients because I don't feel that way, and I don't think it's true, and I also don't think it's helpful. And I also think that most moms already feel like everything's their fault. They don't need to hire somebody else to tell them stuff is their fault. But I want to dig deeper into that in a way that's actually constructive and self-affirming. So I want to give you guys 3 examples in my life where this comes up and has come up. The first is the other day. Mike is gone for almost 2 weeks right now. He's in the States and I'm in Spain by myself with our 4 kids. And because this is just the way the universe works, in the middle of that time, there is a 4-day weekend here. Today is a national holiday in Spain, and the school doesn't have school today, Thursday, doesn't have school Friday, so I get 4 days with no school with my kids, and Mike's out of town. So I'm a little bit like, I don't say stressed, but I'm just definitely like, I'm like momming the crap out of every minute of my life right now. But I wasn't doing such a great job the other day. I was getting really, really frustrated with the kids, and River and I had a moment where I was starting to yell at him and he was starting to yell back at me, and it was just going like up and up and up and up and up, and like right at the escalation of this, I just looked at him and I was like, oh my God, he's just doing exactly what I'm doing. Like, I'm making him act this way. Like, I need to just calm myself down, and I did. And River calmed down too, and we actually wound up having like a really great talk, and it turned out to be this awesome little teachable moment. But what was necessary for him to calm down was for me to calm down. And when I was thinking about that, I was thinking of 2 other times that this happens over and over and again in my life. So I'm a birth worker as well as a parent coach, and when I'm talking to parents about breastfeeding, one of the most common problems I see with moms is baby's crying, baby's hungry. We start feeling anxious and nervous and kind of frantic, just like the baby's acting frantic. We want to nurse the baby right away. We have to get the baby to stop crying. And the more amped up and frantic we get, the more amped up and frantic our baby gets, the more amped up and frantic the baby gets, the more amped up and frantic the mom gets, and it's really, really hard to latch a baby on when both mom and baby are completely panicking and freaking out. So the first piece of advice that I always give moms when we've gotten to the point of baby crying to tell us that the baby needs to nurse is to just take a minute, pick the baby up, talk to the baby, say, it's going to be okay, I'm going to nurse you now, I love you, I'm here, you're safe, blah, blah, blah. When you're talking to the baby, you're really talking to yourself. And the more that you calm down, the more the baby's going to calm down, so that it's going to be so much easier for you to nurse the baby. Okay, that happens all the time. And it's such a simple but so obvious example of how the 2 of you, your energies are feeding each other. And the third example I want to give to you that this might not be for every mom, but for me, I see this especially in my youngest boy, Sky. He's 3 years old. And when I start getting angry, I know what my facial expressions look like, because he is looking at my face and he is literally involuntarily mirroring my facial expressions. And it is horrible. It is literally like looking in a mirror during my worst moment, and it's torture to watch him mirror my facial expressions of like, or like, you know, things like that. That's terrible. But babies and young children totally absorb the stuff that they get from you when you're talking to them, including your facial expressions. So if you see your kids having really weird facial expressions while you're yelling at them, it's probably what your face looks right then. And it is terrible. It's the most unflattering reflection of yourself you could ever possibly see. But we can use that information. We can use that information and flip it to something that is actually helpful. So that's what I want to talk to you guys today. So what have I been saying all week long? If you're in the Whole Woman Happy Family program, this is now the 4th time you're going to be getting this message. And that is, what you focus on, you find. Change your focus to change your life. What I want you to focus on when you're thinking about the vibe of your home, and if people are in harmony, or if people are getting selfish, or every man for himself, or whatever, I want you to focus on the fact that your family is an ecosystem, and that when something in an ecosystem is out of whack, everything in that ecosystem is out of whack. And that can be your kid being out of whack, that can be you being out of whack. But how many times have you guys heard me say that the best gift that you can give to your children is for you to be living the life that models the kind of person that they want to be, a person who's calm and takes care of themselves and knows how to be centered and all of those things. The more that you can do that, the more that your family can do that too. So it's terrible to think that your kids' behavior is a reflection of your behavior, but it's not possible for that not to be true. Even if they weren't your kids, like let's just say you were living in a house with 3 other roommates, there's no way for somebody else to be cohabitating with you and not have them affect you. That's just never going to happen. You're sharing a living space with someone, you're sharing a life with someone, you're obviously going to be affecting each other. So when things are going in a way that you don't like in your home, you can't necessarily change every single thing about your home, but you can change yourself. And you are a huge part of the vibe of your home. And that can be something that you use to make yourself feel really bad and beat yourself up. Or it can be something that you use to empower yourself and know, like, I have agency over this. Like, oh my gosh, I'm unhappy with something in my home. I actually can affect change. Not by forcing other people to do things, not by yelling and lecturing, not by making up another chore wheel or a discipline chart or anything like that. Just by being the way that I want to be and the way that I want my home to be. Just by changing me, I can change my reality. Change your focus to change your life. Focus on what you want. Focus on the life you want, the energy you want, the harmony that you want in your home. Even just putting your intention and energy into that vision that you have for your home life will begin to change the vibe of your home life. I know that's hard to believe. And because it's hard to believe, I really want to encourage you guys to sign up for this free teleseminar that I'm doing on the 22nd. It's my very first, Mom Me's very first virtual event. I'm so pumped about it. It's taking my practice to a level where I can serve people all over the world. It is so exciting. And the whole topic of that seminar is turn your mama hustle into family harmony. That's what we're talking about today, and it's really tricky. I can't tell you how to do it in 5 minutes. I can tell you little tips. That's what I always do. I love doing that. But if you want to get a really comprehensive tutorial on how to implement the stuff in your life, you're going to need to give me a little bit more time. So I'm going to be putting a link in the comments below. I want you to sign up for the seminar, and I want you to see how changing your focus can change your life. If you want to change the vibe in your home, change the way that you're focusing, and what's really going to change is that reflection you see of yourself and your children. You see your children acting nicely together, playing nicely together, being kind and caring, thinking about other people, all that harmony and cooperation that we really want to see in our kids. Like, that's the mirror we want. That's a reflection we want to see when we look in the mirror. So sign up for the teleseminar. I hope this helps you guys in your day today, and to think about the power that you have to affect change in your life. I love you guys. Have an amazing Thursday. And if you're still sleeping, you'll have a little love note from me in your newsfeed when you check into Facebook. And share it out. Share it out if you can, because I really, really want to get as many people as I can signed up for this teleseminar, and I just want to help as many people as I can. Awesome. Love to everybody. Happy Thursday. Bye.